welcome to today's tutorial. Today I'm going to show you how to piece together a huge cupcake. First of all, you're going to need both parts of your sponge cake, a knife, 300 grams of chocolate or candy melts for your case, some extra chocolate or candy melts to melt to make sure that you can stick your case to your cake board, a cake board, some buttercream ready which we made earlier, and a spoon. So first of all, what we're going to do is we're going to pop the chocolate in pieces in your silicone mould into the microwave. Now I'm doing that at 1000 watts for about a minute. If you've got a lower wattage, you might want to do it for a bit longer. But just wait and see. What do you about the dogs? Okay, so this is the kind of thing you want. So just keep going until it looks like this. Give it a good stir. And what you're going to do is with the pieces that aren't completely melted, when you stir it around, they'll all melt in together. Okay, so now what you're going to do is with your spoon, you're just going to move the chocolate around the mould as you move the mould, just to try and coat every single side and push the chocolate into all the little dents that are in the mould so that you get the effect when you take it off. What you want to do is once you've gone around once, is just leave it to one side for like up to a minute, and every now and again keep going back to it, because the more you do that it's going to set, and then you can just go around the outside, like redo it, and then keep putting it back and keep redoing it until it's completely covered everywhere. Because what will happen is every time you leave it, it'll start to slide down again, so the more you keep adding to it, it's going to stiffen it and make it stronger, which is what you want. This one I've made with orange candy melts, so it's going to look like something like this once you've finished the inside, and just make sure that all the bottom is coated, because that's going to be your base when you put it down to stick onto the cake board. Now take your extra melts and pop them in the microwave just to melt them, so that we can melt them onto the board. Okay, so once you've melted these, what you're going to do is you're literally just going to pop them straight onto your cake board. Move it around a little bit so you're not stuck with a big lump. Now take your case that should have become solid, roll down the sides of the silicone mould, and what that should do is you'll be left with the imprint all around the outside. Take it off the bottom, like that, and then literally pop that onto the centre of the board, onto the melted chocolate that you've put in there. Push down nice and hard to make sure that it's all stuck. And there you go. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to carve our sponge. Take a sharp knife and cut down every 3 indents of your giant cupcake. Okay, put these bits to one side. You can make these into cake pots later. Then we're just going to tip it on its side, and we're going to cut all the way across, just to get rid of any nasty crispy bits, and also to give us a nice flat edge for when we put the top on. If not, it's going to be lopsided and look stupid. That's your bottom done. And then we're going to do the top. The same with the top, turn it on its side and cut all the way across to give you a flat surface. Now what I tend to do is I tend to cut this edge bit off, because it can become quite crispy where it's been in, and also it just makes it the same size as the bottom, so when you're piping it, it looks a lot better. So just spin it around and chop off the edge. So now we have our top and our bottom. Now we're ready to place our sponge cake into our case. What we're going to do is we're going to start by getting your buttercream, and you just want to go all over the top and all inside the bottom. Take your spatula and try and show you. With this bottom, what you're going to do is you're going to start from the centre and you're just going to work your way up the sides so that every single part of the inside of the cake has buttercream on it. It doesn't have to be exact, it's just so you've got a nice covering of the inside of the case. Okay, take your same spatula, and what you're going to do is you're just going to work your way across the top of this, like that. Now take your sponge and slide him into the case and give him a little push down. Now take your top of your cupcake and put him on top. Spin him around until you find that you've found the right level so that his little point is on top. Take your buttercream and just randomly swirl it on. Then take your spatula, and what you're now going to do is something called crumbing. You're just going to run your spatula over all the buttercream to cover your cupcake. Again, it doesn't really matter what it looks like, because once you've piped over the top, you're not going to see this. This is just to stop getting any crumbs in the piping itself. Once you've crumbed your cake, you can leave it for a good day or so before you repipe it, if you need to. So it doesn't look amazingly pretty, but it will do when we ice it now. Okay, so now we're going to decorate our huge cupcake. Take your piping bag, make sure it's filled, and I'm going to decorate this one with roses. So when you feel like you're getting to the end of your piping bag, just unroll it, fold over the top and restuff it. carry on. Okay, once you've covered it all, just give it a couple of turns and look from different angles just to make sure you've covered all the little gaps. And there you have it, a giant cupcake. Now I'm going to put some more finishing touches on this around the outside and on top, and I'll show you what it looks like, okay? Thanks for watching, I hope you liked it. If you did, give me a thumbs up. If you have any questions, you can either leave me a comment below or you can check out my Facebook and Twitter pages. The link should be below here. Also, please subscribe to my channel as I'll be putting up loads more tutorials on all things baking and decorating. See you soon!